This is so easy. All right, I'm making donuts because I want them. I've wanted them for weeks. I saw Mina Rome's like Twin Peaks inspired food video and the donuts looked perfect. Come here. Okay, so it says the first step is to put the liquid ingredients in a pot and then make them warm. Because all of the shit is like cold. It's cold from the refrigerator. Technique. I think that I can dissolve the sugar in here. It doesn't say that I should do that, but I'm gonna. 250 milliliters. That's 250 grams. 253? That's okay. And I'm gonna put the applesauce. I made this in the Instant Pot yesterday and it was really easy. It's an apple. You could do the same thing in like a pot, or I think you could even roast it. But it is actually super sweet. I didn't have to add any sugar. It was really, really sweet. 4 tablespoons of applesauce. There might be just 4. The heat is gonna just be kicking on. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's like exactly what I needed. I'm a genius. 65 grams of sugar. Terry scale. Put up. Oh, why the didn't I think to do this? Why didn't I think about this? Why didn't I think of this? 60 grams of vegan butter. Touch a drop. See how much that is. 32. 50. Yeah. It doesn't say to, but I'm gonna put a little salt. Donuts need salt. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of this because when it gets warm, it opens up with the flavor. Oh my bueno. Ooh. I'm gonna gently heat this so the milk doesn't scorch and nothing stupid happens. You want dough liquids to be like 100 to 110 usually. So for this, what I'm probably gonna do is look at it, see how long it takes the butter to melt, and then put my finger in it. Put my finger in it. And I'm just gonna move it around. This helps it like take less time and for there to be no like weird scorching anywhere. I think putting the sugar in at this step makes more sense because it will dissolve all the way. I don't know why that's like never a step. I did that with the rolls that I made for Thanksgiving and they turn out gas, so. Oh, it's pretty much there. It's actually too hot. So, if you want things to cool faster, take them off the heat. I'm just stirring it further so that cools off a little faster and there's like a little hunk of butter in there that's not, it's not all the way melted. The overall temperature is hot. I think the tip for this is don't try to melt your butter over the heat. It'll melt with the residual heat. Now we're gonna have to wait longer. I think this thermometer also might be because it's saying it's not even 80 degrees yet, but when I put my finger in here, it's hot to the church. Yes! I know. This is a little bit of like a kind of situation, but this pot is, let's say, but I got it for $5 at my former job, which was a restaurant supply store. And one of the people who worked in the parts and service department was responsible for labeling prices for used smallwares. And he put a $5 sticker onto the Hiiiiiiii. Like I think these are 4-quart sauce pots. $10. I'm like, I feel rich every single time I use these bad boys. Yeah, that would kill your yeast. If you put yeast in something hot, they die. And no, like, if you take your finger and you rub it around, there's no grains of sugar. I like 0 grains. It's like hotter than I even want a bath to be. And I like it hot. This recipe recommends putting nutmeg in the whole dough. I don't want to do that because nutmeg is a very specific flavor profile and it gives like holiday, which it is. Like right now it is early December, but I don't want the overall vibe of all the donuts that I make to be Christmas or like pumpkin spice kind of thing, because my plan is that I will do some just regular glaze, which is like the best. In my opinion, a hot, just plain like vanilla glazed donut is, but I want to put a little bit of lemon zest in the remaining glaze, and then I want to do some chocolate. I wish I had an orange, because orange chocolate would be a really good one too. But don't put nutmeg in the whole batter unless you want it to taste like Christmas time. Also, it's the same with cinnamon. Unless you're going for like a churro kind of situation, I would just like omit intense spices unless that's the theme you're going for. Okay, honey? Desperate. Okay. That's delicious. Well, that's the recipe. Am I filming? Now we do the packet of yeast. I love that so many recipes are just a standard packet of dry yeast. Now you're just gonna, oh, get in here. This is good. Looks a little ooky spooky. Actually, it is a little cold. Brilliant though my plan to put it in the snow was. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, not an on oven, but we're gonna turn the light on. That should make it warm enough for it to be okay. To get all frothy. Alexa, set another timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Thanks, girl. Well, it's not really foamy. Don't love that. It's super cold, actually. Shit. Tastes like a swimming pool. Okay, so now it's 480 grams of flour. Oh, I should have made a half batch. All right. Now comes the portion where we mix this together and then we knead it. And hopefully that's okay. I anticipate my fingers are going to get really gross. So there's not going to be any more angle changes for a while. Sorry. I need an island. Right about here. Work surface up here. I deserve it. I've wanted that for years. Or like a big butcher block table in the middle of this room. I think that would look really dope. My kitchen's kind of plain in comparison to the rest of my house, don't you think? Wow, this dough is really dry. This spoon is like not meant for this much longer. I just want to make sure the surface I'm going to knead this on is like, I wipe this table off with like soapy water spray stuff that I have. But so now I think it's time to get this spoon up. They say to oil your hands, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. I don't think it's necessary. And I cut my nails recently, which makes getting involved with dough a lot easier. Oh my God. I should put my apron on. What was I thinking? Punch it into the remaining bits. Oh, this is going to be no problem. I wish I had a bowl scraper too, would be really good also. This dough is going to be fun to work with. I can tell. Pick up all those little bits. And kneading is like this. You bring it to you and you push it away. Don't be wearing like a fragrance on your wrist, because my wrist already has been in this dough. It's dipped right in. Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes. I also hope this dough rises. It's kind of nice that this is lower than a work table, because you can really get up on it. Now it's seeming stickier. It's not supposed to happen. But still, I like didn't put like extra flour because I didn't think it needed it. I like this. I like touching. I think it's way more informative than like working with a mixer, which they have their merits. I'm not gonna like on a mixer, but you can tell, you can like, you're interacting with this dough, you know? And it's getting easier to work with, and I think that's beautiful. Oh,
You have 1 minute and 40 seconds left on your 5-minute timer.
Really? Physical labor makes the time go slow. It smells like Play-Doh now. How weird. I've been fantasizing about these donuts, dude. This is really like turning into the dough baby that I wanted it to be. Alexa, how much left on my timer?
You have 10 seconds left on your 5-minute timer.
Play-Doh. Why? Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. So see how like smooth and tight it is? We just make this into a ball by folding. You see that if I flip it over, I'm folding this in on itself from the top. And then it's good to just, smooth it out. Now you just put it right back in the same old crusty bowl. That's what I'm gonna do. It feels warm now. Feels warm to the touch. I'm gonna put this somewhere warm again. Okay. These lights are like hot. When you accidentally touch them, you will burn the shit out of yourself. We will be coming back to this surface in 1.5 hours. Alexa, set a timer for 1.5 hours.
1 hour and 30 minutes, starting now.
All right, if that's the way you want to say it, okay. What if I had said 1.5 hours? What would she have done then? Oh, that's nice. Hot. Nice and hot. Pretty much nothing happened. It smells yeasty. Well, maybe something did happen. It doesn't look right. I guess I'll have to compare it to what it looked like before. Okay, it's not feeling terribly risen. It smells yeasty. It feels doughy. It's probably fine. So now we're gonna roll them out. And this is gonna be fun. I have a Veganese lid and a Trader Joe's Coconut Aminos lid, okay? A little bowl of flour, because I think we're gonna need it. I'm just gonna start with a little, and then we'll do it more if we need it. Cleaning as you go is the way. And then a little bit of this. Make me paranoid. And then I have also this little residential sheet pan. I think this is a half-size sheet pan, and it's the biggest one that'll fit in your residential oven. Do not go get a full-size sheet pan. It's not going to fit in your oven. You can use it for other things, I guess, if you want to. Like, this is not going in the oven today, so if you wanted to, you could do that. And then, just to save on plastic, I have this very cheap Silpat impersonation and a rolling pin. This is like the French-style dowel rolling pin. The ones with the little handles, you know what I'm talking about. Those are like the American style. They're fine, but this is more surface area should you need that. I'm just gonna flour this a little bit and hope to God this just works out. Oh no, it's gonna be nice. I think it's fine. I'm just applying like even pressure on each side. And I'm gonna wanna pick this up. Ooh, my bench scraper. That's another like good tool. I'm gonna get that actually. Yes, you want this. Don't you want it? And I think it said like to roll it out. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I think like a 1/4 inch is probably good. Just bear in mind that no matter how big you make this, like how thick you make this, it's going to puff up again because we're gonna do another rise, which will be less time. And dough will sometimes want to fight you. It'll want to come back and contract. Just give it a second. This is doing pretty well though. And turning the dough as I did really does help to like get an even. Ooh! Claire's happy too. Actually, I think she's really cool. Okay. You do this little number. And try to get your dough as like spread out as you possibly can. Oh, shit. I don't think this is gonna work out. Oh wait, no, I was wrong. Let's see how. No, it's not sharp. It's kind of not sharp enough. Maybe just get a little Diet Dr. Kelp in here and see. It's almost similar. Somewhat bitter. Okay. I just let them lay until I have them all, and then we'll move them. Bigger ones will take less time to fry, obviously, because you won't have as many things to put in the fryer. I just don't want the servings to be enormous, and they're cuter when they're little. Maybe I should only have done half of this, and then I could have let the rest rise in the fridge and like mature. Maybe I'll just do that, or maybe I'll just get over myself. I have like a little plan for some scraps. I was thinking of this when I was miserable at my job. And this is like the little maladaptive coping strategy I have developed since childhood of like fantasizing about something better. It's fun, but it actually is like kind of a hindrance to your life. But basically, I have this idea to take thin strips of dough, and I looked it up, and ChatGPT didn't know what the I was talking about. So maybe I invented something, but it's like little thin strips of dough that you line up next to each other, and then you pinch the ends, and then maybe you twist it, I don't know. And then there's all these gaps in between, and you seal the ends together so it's like you'll see. But then you deep fry it. It just sounds so good, you know? Because I'm a food genius. And I think glaze would be great with that, and I think like a powdered sugar, like funnel cake kind of vibe would also be really good. And hopefully this dough is pliable enough for you to see what I'm talking about. Oh wow. I wish I had a spider. I don't think I really have any kind of, let's see if that was enough force. The Lord's force. That wasn't enough force. A little donut tab in the middle. Give them a little space in between each because they will puff up. This recipe said 2.5 hours. I don't think so, Captain. They look like chicken rings. They do. They look like chicken rings. They are handsome though. Oh, they're gonna be good. I'm getting hot. But you don't want to see, normally I would open that door, but that would let a lot of like hot air in, or cold air in, and that will with our rise. Oh, I hope these all fit. My little, I don't know what to call them. I definitely invented something. I don't know what they're called. Ooh, yeah, spinning it in its place seems to help a little bit. Oh yeah. Why does it take me so long to like figure stuff out? This is real life too. Like, things in real life take me kind of a long time to figure out. My personality type is the type that's like pattern recognition. Any kind of like malformation you do to these will kind of fix itself. The little donut holes are so cute. Okay, I'm just gonna cover these, put them on the counter so I have some room to work. And then we'll see about those weird things that I want to do. So my vision for this remainder, it's pretty much as much, if not more, than the regular donut dough. Okay. I'm gonna squish it all together. I thought I felt a hair. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna like roll this thin, if it'll let me. It's really wanting to resist now. Okay. These little black flecks are vanilla. Now I want to do like thin little strips. Pizza roller, like a pizza, like cutter, pizza wheel would be a lot better for this. But I don't have that at my disposal. So here's what I'm thinking about, okay? Let me like make them like that. Kind of all the same length. Okay, and like line them up. These are really uneven. In a perfect world, these would be like the same thickness and they'd be a lot thinner. But like this, right? Like this and then this. Don't you think? And then maybe we could do that, but I see them more as like a little boat or something. Something like that. Does that exist? I swear to God, AI was like, nope, that's not real. Maybe it would be better with like the flat edges because that's more surface area. It just won't look as pro, I don't think. This would be like something to split. You're gonna tell me that's not brilliant? These are gonna get enormous. I can just feel it. They're probably gonna take forever to fry too. Let's do a couple little ones. Okay. That's cute. These might just be good as like little extra. Maybe we'll just pinch these together and not twist them. I think you're gonna have to like separate them like that. Is this something? I feel like these are gonna take 7,000 years to rise. I'm just gonna roll these together. That one's gonna have to be it. I think the problem is in the rising with these. Okay, that's something. That's something. Okay, I actually think I'm doing something with this. The technology could maybe use some work, but I think I'm on to something. Okay. It is time now to start preparing for this whole situation. So I want to do regular glazed, which is going to be soy milk and powdered sugar, and then I want lemon glazed. So once I've satisfied with the number of glazed, then I'm going to put a little lemon zest in there. I also want to have chocolate. So I'm going to have to melt over a double boiler some chocolate to dip. I think that's a classic like tops getting dipped is a good look. I love that look, so that's the look I'm gonna do. So what we have to do is set the chocolate in a double boiler, which is this. We're gonna start prepping all of this stuff while we heat the oil up. The donuts are still proofing right here. And then we have already, before we put the oil in the pot, this is a heavy Dutch oven. Oh my God, the planes are like today. This is a heavy Dutch oven. This is enameled cast iron. This like keeps heat pretty well and it's fairly good at doing even heat. I'm not gonna fill it more than that. I might not even have enough oil to fill it up halfway. Don't fill your shit up halfway. Do not fill your shit up more than halfway or you're gonna burn your house down and it's gonna be not donut time, it's gonna be hospital time. So this, we're gonna put on a medium flame. I have a couple of little things here. I'm gonna lower the donuts into the oil safely with this, and then I'm going to flip them with that, and then I'm gonna fish them out with this and set them on this rack. This is the rack that came with the bottom of my oven. I don't have like a rack that fits into the half sheet pan, which is what is under there to catch the drips. So now, yay, we're gonna put the oil in and get it heating while we do the rest of our stuff. It would turn out that's a pretty shallow fry, hopefully. So I don't think we're gonna be able to do all of these donuts today, especially not those beefy like fat boys, because I think they're gonna take a lot of oil. Let's do a couple regular donuts, and then maybe after we do a couple regular donuts, we can proof the rest in the fridge to get some more oil. Do this again, but I'm not probably gonna film that because I don't want to. Okay? A little too much water. You don't want water dripping, touching the bottom of your pot or the bottom of your bowl. You also want to dry that. Don't let water get into your bowl. Oh my God. I already f***ed up because it'll seize your chocolate up. Ruin your day. I'm just going to put that on low. A little low kind of flame. And I'm not going to do a ton. I'm just gonna do enough to like coat the top for a couple. And also we can turn this on. It smells like gas in here. Why do they make them like this? You cannot, it's so hard to open these cleanly. They want you to spill all your powder. The simplest of all is gonna just be powdered sugar douse. A little bit of that. So sugar is not vegan if it's not organic, coconut, or raw sugar usually. Sometimes it'll say vegan right on the package. There's some at Aldi that says, but I have to spring for the $5 powdered sugar because it's the only one I know in Kroger is vegan. And now we're also gonna do some regular glaze. Looks like enough. Vanilla. We need the vanilla powder. Oh, it's not in there. Put it here to make it easier, and then I immediately forgot that I did that. I think a little vanilla in the powdered sugar. Powder. Ooh, it smells really good as soon as you smell it, and then it kind of smells bad the longer you sit there and huff it. Weird. Whisk the powder with the vanilla first, because there's nothing wet on your teeny little whisk. And then I like to whisk dry ingredients. Are the Blue Angels in town or something? What the hell? Little soy milk. You know how it goes. You start with a tiny, tiny bit. And then you like see what's up. Otherwise you have an Amy Winehouse situation where you like have to keep adding powdered sugar like she did her eyeliner because yeah, that's stuff. I am understanding now. This is probably not going to be enough glaze. So I'm gonna make this thick because the donuts are going to be hot, and I think that's probably going to make it so that it thins the glaze out a little bit, and I want it to coat. See, it's like a thick. All right, these I'm going to put far away from me zesting because oils splatter everywhere. So I'm going to use this as a microplane. I'm going to use the fine side so that we get the tiniest pieces. And I move the fruit underneath the zester. Come show you. And I think that'll be enough. I'm just going to store it just like that. Upside down. Oh, I hope these turn out good. It smells like a fair in here. Oh! Whoa. I can't get over this. These are perfect. I like these to be a move in. Just like 10 more seconds, I think, for these. Oh. Holy shit. Let them go for a couple more seconds. Move him around. Bring him around town. Oh, that's silky. I'm gonna open the door. Now these bad boys. I certainly hope my vision comes alive. I have a vision here. Yeah, it's doing what I want it to do. Keep them separate. See if you can work some of that. Yeah, like that. These I can tell are gonna be nuts. They're still warm, and now they're not really super greasy. Yes, so thinner are the strands I'm picturing. to give it more of like a puff pastry kind of vibe. That's what I'm after, is like the puff pastry of it all. Ooh, it's like puffing. Move it around. Imagine this is in like a long fryer. Fryers are rectangular, usually like this. Donut fryers are usually square. Now this is making me think we need to make these round. I'm gonna test this dough. Looks quite nice. I can see a little burnt here though. Look at that! The reason you want these to be deep is because they will touch the bottom and scorch a little bit. Keep it or move it helps a little with that. So the donuts had no problem not scorching because they're thin. These are nuts, so, you know, deeper oil would help them not scorch as much. I cannot get over how pretty these are. These, I can tell, would have the proclivity to be like really too doughy in the center if you don't fry them long enough. I found out that it pauses filming when you go over 15 minutes. I think it's stupid. It's a little bit doughy still in this. These are too ambitious. I need to make them way littler. These turned out about how I wanted them to. Thinner would be cooler. They give the vibe of a funnel cake fry. These don't work unless you have deeper oil because they're scorching and they're not getting done enough in the middle. Oh yeah. Aramone. Yeah, maybe a double fry is good for them. Yeah, like these are smelling burnt a little bit now. They're gonna still be delicious and edible, so I'm not gonna give up on them completely. They were definitely tray ambitious. I think that's just that, right? Let's do it. We're doing some little powder. So we're just doing the plain powdered sugar right now. But then we're gonna put a little lemon zest in it too, maybe. The 13th plain. Gonna put a little bit of this in there. Mix it all up. Lemon powdered sugar. This might be the prettiest one on the outside. Lemon. Glazing's easier if they're hot. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. I'm just gonna scoop it over. That's gorgeous. Sorry about the noise. It's too hot in here to leave the door undone. Undone? Closed. Is the door open, technically the door being done? It is like nuts how not smooth this day has gone since I started frying these. This is the first lemon one? Oh my God, Sarah. Man, girl, you're like crashing and burning at this. Let's see how this little lemon. Donut hole. Of all of these, the chocolate is the one I'm least excited about. I cannot believe these planes. One more lemon glazed. There we go. That's a technique. Yes, this would have been a lot easier if I had been glazing them hot, but I don't know how anybody has time for that. And then I'm like rolling them with a gloved hand or something, or like just your hand and then wash your hand, but I didn't want to do all that because I'm filming. Let's do the chocolate dip. So you leave the chocolate in the water, no, over the water, so that it will retain the heat. Now I have way too much chocolate. Oh, that's like picturesque. These are still hot. Oh my god. Wow. You know what these look like? They look like the candies that Miss Trunchbull has that she hides from Jennifer Honey. Much too good for children. They're gonna look so cute. A mess. This I'm gonna need to get like a plate or something. More powder. Yay, these. I need a name for these. What do you think they're giving? I want every crevice to be coated. I can tell these will be my favorite. Well, I don't know. There's a little bit of lemon in here. That lemon was crusty, okay? That lemon was dry. They're so cute. I want to make them littler too. Maybe make them, I think just thinner dough will be better. I'm getting involved with these, all right? Intimately, sensually. I said every crevice. This one turned out pretty good too. Like a tub of powdered sugar. I just dip them right in. Buff it in. There's an undunked donut. She's begging for some chocolate. How can I? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, they're so like cute, you know? All in all, not a crazy mess. This though, I think these need a glaze, right? Now I don't know which ones are lemon and which ones are regular. Lemon, lemon, lemon. Okay, I made some more glaze off camera because frankly I am a little bit over it. But we're gonna do these. I figured glaze would be better because they need more help because of their burnt flavor. Let's try that. I mean, it's still really good, even if it's burnt. Yeah, we're doing it. We're picking up the glaze with our fingers. And also, we can do this. Sardonic sea dog, tell me what you dream of. Wow, what a journey. A lot of planes toward the end there, but look at my beauties. Don't f it up, Sarah. Look at these. We got lemon powdered, regular powdered, chocolate holes, powdered sugar holes, regular glazed, chocolate coated. These look like cartoonish. They're like perfect. Whatever this thing is, whatever these things are. And this, which I'm claiming right here and now, 2025, I think it's December. I don't know what day it is. I think it's the 4th, 2025. This, I am into this. It needs some improvement, but I just realized the chocolate would be so good. I have some fresh rosemary over there. 1 second, honey. Oh. Here's a trick also with mocktailing and cocktailing. Ah, so good. Okay. These are just glazed regular style. I need a name for these. I already invented them, but